The Blight, Book 2, Episode 2, Escape from Cincinnati. Sarah's Clifton apartment clung to hippie warmth, patchouli haze, fern pots crowding the windowsill, Dylan's tambourine man scratching on a thrift store vinyl player. Tapestries draped the walls, their reds and purples fading in the dusk glow near UC's campus. Her beaded necklace clacked, blonde hair tangled in a loose braid as she sprawled on a beanbag, scrolling X on her cracked iPhone. Posts flashed under hashtag #CincySick, videos of a UC freshman coughing, eyes darting like a trapped animal, collapsing on Clifton Avenue. Sirens wailed outside, red-blue lights slicing through the blinds. Mia, black hair pulled tight, stood by the window, sharp eyes scanning the street.
This is seriously fucked up,
she muttered, TikTok open on her phone, replaying a clip of the kid seizing, orange flecks on his lips. Downstairs, boots crunched glass. Looters hit the CVS across Burnett, snatching cigarettes, liquor, NyQuil. A gunshot cracked, sharp and close. A few minutes later, Sarah's phone buzzed. X erupted. CPD shot a black man on Vine Street. Orange ooze dripping from his mouth, eyes glowing like embers. "Cincy pigs!" the comment screamed, tying it to a black-on-white case still raw in Cincinnati's veins. Clips showed his body jerking, blood pooling, orange slime mixing with red.
"This is a virus or something, not cops,"
Mia snapped, shoving her phone at Sarah. A TikTok of an infected woman lunging at a bodega clerk, gurgling, ooze spraying. Sarah's screen flashed an alert. Shelter in place, Clifton, OTR, due to civil unrest. CPD cruisers blocked Vine Street, megaphones barking curfews. Black mobs surged, yelling, "No justice," as they smashed a vape shop's window, grabbing vapes and cash. A shop owner fired a pistol, dropping one looter. Blood splattered his hoodie. The mob scattered, more shots popping. Sarah's heart thudded, beads trembling.
"We stay put. The cops will handle it,"
she whispered, hippie trust clinging to the alert's promise. Mia's eyes narrowed, unconvinced. Upstairs, their neighbor's cough turned wet. Hacking, a scream choking off. Sarah peeked through the peephole. Orange ooze seeped under his door, pooling on the hall's cracked linoleum. She locked their door, deadbolt grinding, fear crawling up her throat.
"It's gonna be okay,"
she lied, to herself, to Mia, to the ferns wilting in the corner. They stayed up most of the night, listening and waiting for the chaos to stop. It didn't. Dawn bled smoke. Clifton's red zone choked. Vine Street was a war zone. Skyline Chili's neon sign shattered. Black mobs looting TVs from a pawn shop, yelling at white UC students sprinting for dorms. X trended number Cincinnati Blaze, videos of another CPD shooting, an infected black woman, ooze spraying, gunned down near UC's quad. Rage bait posts fueling chants of "No justice." Mobs beat a white frat boy to death. Blood streamed from his face and nose. His buddy blasting a shotgun. 2 bodies hitting the pavement. Gunfire roared. Looted handguns. People with AR-15s popping shots. Clifton and Over the Rhine looked like Iraq, not Cincinnati. Ohio State Highway Patrol setting up roadblocks on the exits of Liberty Street and Vine, while CPD riot police stormed in. 100 strong. Boots pounding Vine Street. Helmets gleamed, riot shields locked, vests bulging with tasers and batons. "Disperse!" a sergeant bellowed, megaphone crackling as they fired tear gas canisters, white clouds billowing. Rubber bullets thwacked into mob leaders. Sound cannons howled. They didn't affect everyone, especially the ones with the orange cough, the raging lunatics. Black men in hoodies hurled bricks and Molotovs, flames licking a parked Prius. Sarah watched from the window, beads clacking, throat burning from gas seeping through cracks. Mia crouched, TikTok live streaming the chaos. Drones buzzed overhead, red light scanning, helicopters thumping downtown. Then the infected came. 3 lurched from an alley, eyes orange, ooze dripping, human but rabid, jaws snapping. They charged the police line, tearing into a cop's arm, blood and ooze spraying. Tear gas didn't faze them. Shields cracked under their weight. A rioter's Molotov hit a cop. Flames engulfed his vest. He screamed, firing live rounds, clipping an infested shoulder. Useless. Mobs surged. Bricks smashed helmets. Looted pistols fired wild. An infected ripped a cop's throat, ooze gushing. Another tackled a rioter, guts spilling. By dusk, 50 cops lay dead, bitten, shot, trampled, shields scattered, cruisers burning. The rest fled. Clifton was lost. Sarah's phone flashed. Travel ban, I-71, I-75, I-471 closed. Yellow zone checkpoints. The National Guard set up barricades in Norwood. Eye scans at a 71's Avondale exit. 4 men, knives glinting, smashed a car outside. An infested, charged, ooze dripping, ripping the looter's arm, blood spraying orange-red. One of the men attempted to stab the infested multiple times in the side. The creature just kept coming till it lunged on top of him and began to tear at his face and throat, blood spraying, knife dropping to the pavement. The other men bolted, gunfire chasing them. Sarah texted Tessa.
Clifton's a war zone. What should we do?
Tessa replied,
Get to Aaron's now. If it's hell, don't wait.
Sarah frowned. Aaron, Mom's dorky nurse boyfriend. She really didn't know or like the guy, but he seemed to care about her mom. Upstairs, the neighbor's door splintered, ooze pooling, a gurgling roar echoing. As the chaos reigned through the day into the night, the girls were paralyzed by fear, too scared to leave, too terrified to stay. Then, the power died, plunging Clifton into blackness. The UC Quad was a graveyard, Fifth Third Arena's glass shattered, blood smeared across shattered dorm windows. Infected screamed in the dark, eyes burning orange, tearing into corpses in the grass. Gunfire rolled like thunder. Frat boys on dorm roofs emptied AR mags into the swarm, while looters fired stolen pistols and rifles into the smoke. There were no battle lines anymore. It had devolved in 24 hours to a war zone, every man from himself. Stray bullets pinged Sarah's windows. Her phone buzzed once more. #Blight trending. Videos of oozing bodies, of a white couple beaten and left to die outside Bogart's in the middle of the street. TikTok streamed live as a store owner gunned down a looter. Slurs screamed in both directions. Corey Street Kroger lit up the sky, torched by a crowd, smoke curling above it like a signal fire. Drones buzzed low, red lights sweeping rooftops and alleys. Cincinnati police were gone, no cruisers, no orders, just chaos. The upstairs neighbor burst through his door, ooze dripping from his face, his wife's shredded corpse sprawled behind him, ribs gleaming through torn flesh. Downstairs, 3 men kicked at the front door, shouting threats, boots thudding. Sarah froze. Her beads trembled around her neck. Mia, pale but steady, gripped a kitchen knife like she'd done it before. An infected howled from the hallway, crashing into the looters. One man's throat ripped open, a geyser of blood spraying the walls. The others ran, screaming, gunshots flaring outside. Sarah's faith shattered in that moment. Her voice was raw.
Fuck this, we gotta get the hell out of here,
she whispered, eyes wide.
Aaron's place, out east. Mom's there.
Mia didn't hesitate. She jammed granola bars, water bottles, a flashlight into a backpack. They didn't have guns. Sarah never allowed one in the apartment. All peace and love and anti-violence. That ideal burned now. They slipped out into the dark. Clifton was a firestorm. The sky pulsed red with smoke and flame. Bullets cracked overhead. A stray tore through Sarah's backpack strap. Infested dragged a looter into a broken storefront, blood pooling orange beneath shattered glass. Mobs chanted, "No justice," as they torched a U-Haul. Somewhere above, a sniper fired. 1 shot, 1 body down. All were oblivious to the real threat of the infested sweeping in among them and taking people down one by one all around them. They were blinded by propaganda and hate. Sarah and Mia ducked behind a scorched Kia, drones passing overhead like vultures, scanning with blinking red eyes. They ran to Mia's Honda Civic. It roared through the ruin of Vine Street, weaving past burning cars and twitching bodies. The Ohio State Patrol roadblocks abandoned. The Kroger was gone, a blackened husk. Infested dragged themselves through the ash, orange ooze trailing behind. Black mobs hurled bricks at passing cars, one truck erupting in gunfire as its driver fired blindly from the window. Sarah clutched her beads. Her pulse thundered. I-71 near Avondale was a parking lot of death. Cars jammed at every angle. Families screamed, dragging kids over hoods, clutching bags and rifles. Helicopters circled like sharks. A radio crackled through the static. Travel prohibited. Stop at all checkpoints. A National Guard barricade waited ahead. Humvees, M16s, crude eye scanners, barbed wire. Then the Civic coughed. Steam hissed from the hood.
Fuck.
Mia swerved to the shoulder, narrowly missing a broken-down F-150 with a Reds flag flapping from the antenna. And that's when the crowd turned. Looters sprinted toward cars. Windows shattered. Drivers screamed, blasting pistols and shotguns. One woman gurgled as a bat caved in her jaw. Blood splattered the road. Then they saw them, 6 men, face tattoos and knives out. Girls, one grinned, yanking Sarah's arm, his knife pressed into Mia's neck. Gonna bleed slow, he growled. His breath stank of rot and liquor. Sarah swung her backpack. Beads snapped, cracking across his face. He stumbled. Mia didn't wait. She grabbed a rusted chunk of rebar from the roadside and smashed it across his temple. His skull crunched, blood sprayed. He collapsed, twitching, his eyes rolling back. Sarah gasped.
No, we don't hurt people.
Mia didn't answer. At the same time, another infested crashed through a van's window, pouncing. It tore into the leader's chest, ribs splintering, orange-red gore spraying the pavement. The other men screamed, bolting. One was dropped by a stray AR round to the gut, his blood misting the air like rain. Sarah and Mia ran down an embankment, sliding into a concrete culvert. Bullets pinged above. The sky behind them burned. The tunnel stank. Slimy concrete, ankle-deep sewage, graffiti scrawled in angry black letters. Fuck 12. Trash crunched underfoot. Rats scurried over needles and condoms. The fear was alive in Sarah's chest now, chewing through her. Mia led the way, rebar clutched tight, her breath steady.
Keep fucking moving.
The culvert connected to the CSX tracks, rail lines that snaked east out of the city. But it was no sanctuary. The dead lined the weeds. Rusted cars, homeless camps overturned, ooze slick bodies slumped in silence, mouths frozen mid-scream. Roars echoed nearby, infested, chasing a screaming man. One leapt on a looter and tore his throat open, soaking the gravel in orange. The infested were winning, and everyone else was clueless. Sarah's lungs burned. Her shoes slipped in the muck. Mia hauled her up, gritting her teeth. The drone hum returned, low, sharp. Closer now. A red spotlight bathed them. Hands up, came the shout. A DHS mobile unit. Black Humvee. Carbines raised. Floodlights searing through the tunnel. A sergeant stepped forward, scanner in hand. It chirped. No ooze. Clean, he muttered. Truck. Green Zone 2. Zip ties clicked around their wrists. Sarah's phone was ripped from her hands. Her last text to Tessa, Zone 2, help, sent on the screen. Mia's rebar was tossed into the ditch. They were shoved into the truck's canvas back, the diesel engine coughing as the Humvee pulled away. Gunfire faded behind them. Distant screams, drone buzz fading into memory. Sarah's beads clacked faintly in the dark, her last scrap of peace. She closed her eyes. The safe zone was a lie, and she knew it now.